my name is Mihir Vardhan. I'm a freshman this year at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I'm studying electrical engineering here, and my journey with STEM started off very, very early. Both my parents are actually electrical engineers, and they, as I was a kid, they introduced me to electronics, and I guess I kind of just fell in love. They never really imagined it to become like the hobby of the size it's become right now, but I really just fell in love with it. My project started from like small little flashlights and bulbs and stuff, and it slowly became into 3D printers and CNC machines and huge robots. And so that's where I am now. I love automation and I love robotics, and I'm glad I'm studying at U of I. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, I figured I could start making something more useful with all the machines I had in my workshop at home. And so with 3D printers, I actually saw Tarun Sir, who is the CEO of Avishkar. He had started 3D printing face shields. And so I figured, I could do that too. And so I started using open source designs from UIUC itself, ideas from Tarun Sir, and I started making 3D printed face shields. And so while the entire country was in lockdown and no factories were open, I was able to make face shields right out of my home. Once the lockdowns opened up and factories opened up, I decided to move to disinfection chambers. And so using off-the-shelf parts, very readily available parts, I was able to make these huge sanitization chambers that could basically sanitize anything that you put inside them. And so I called that the Terminator. And then people just kept saying to me, Mihir, this Terminator is a little bit small. Can we make it a little bit bigger, little bit bigger, little bit bigger? And so even though I had made a huge one that could sanitize basically anything that would ever need to go into your house, people said little bit bigger, little bit bigger. And so we finally made the Terminator Turbo, which is a robot that can clean entire rooms. And so that Terminator Turbo was actually, one tweet about that Terminator Turbo got picked up by a professor here at UIUC. And so he introduced me to a lot of research opportunities here, and now I'm doing research here at UIUC just because of those COVID robots. It wasn't actually a business, it was just a hobby for me, but it was the first ever business I had ever started. And out of the corner of my neighborhood in the basement next to the generators and stuff, I found this small area that was free, and I basically begged my neighborhood and I said, please let me use it. And they were very supportive. And so my first business started from there, and we sold Terminators to the Prime Minister's office. We sold 6 to the army. We sold them to law offices, to neighborhoods, to individual people to keep in their houses. So I was very proud of that. And so one idea just, I don't know, I guess it worked out very well in the end. Tinkering doesn't have to mean making something insane. It doesn't have to be solving like a real world problem. Tinkering to me in school was just, I see something at home and I open it up. I used to open it up, I used to destroy it. And, at the end of the day, I broke something, but I figured out exactly how it worked. And so though my parents would get mad at me, I learned a lot. And so, a few years later, I eventually became so good at it that, while they were at office, I would like take the microwave into my room, put it on my bed and just take apart the microwave and then put it back together. And no one knows I was even in there. And, now I know what a magnetron looks like, what capacitors look like. And that microwave is still working fine too today. So my point with this whole story is that just when you get your hands on things and you start tinkering, you start learning about a lot of stuff. And one day, I guess, a problem just appeared in front of me. And all of a sudden, I had all these like tools and concepts in my brain that I could use to solve it. And so, yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm a tinkerer. And I feel like every child should at least be exposed to that at one point in their life. It's very difficult for me to answer this because it's impossible to define like what a robot is. Before I could solder and before I could wire up things, I used to just take like tissue boxes and random ropes and stuff and like make a crane out of it. And nothing in that was electrical, nothing was programmed. There were no wires in it, but it had a lever which demonstrates mechanical advantage. And so technically it was a robot. And so even if you don't have to worry that but at the end of the day, I'm not building anything cool. Anything you build is, at the end of the day, it's teaching you something about science. So far, my favorite project would have to be the Terminator Turbo, the one that cleans rooms. But something that I find even cooler than that was I made my first kind of 3D printer. And so I remember Tarun sir used to come to school all the time. He would always talk about, 3D printers, and he was like the coolest guy in my mind at the time, because at 4 or 5 years ago, no one really had 3D printers. Now on Amazon, you can buy them for like 15, 16,000 rupees. But at the time, like when Tarun sir told me about 3D printers, it used to blow my mind. And so I remember I just started building one day. I went to the neighborhood hardware store, SK Hardware, and I got, random threaded rods, and from some kabadi wala, I got like this old chair. And there's a picture of it on my website, which I can actually send to you. It looks like garbage. Like there is a computer power supply hanging off the back of it. The wires are everywhere. There is no semblance of color coding, anything. It's made with like pipes and zip ties and drawer channels. But I remember after like 4 months of building it, it finally drew a circle. And that was the only thing that machine ever did. It drew circles. It could only draw circles. But that is the project I'm most proud of, because I started off knowing nothing. Like, what is a stepper motor? What is a lead screw? What is a stepper motor driver? A4988 kya hota hai? And because I had that persistence, I could just tinker my way through it, and it drew circles. And then in 11th grade, I had a fully functional 3D printer, so that I had built from scratch. So that is my favorite project. Completely agree with your analysis of solving problems. For me, at least, is not a solo job. Like, I feel like in Hollywood movies and in TV shows, like in Big Bang Theory, they show Sheldon is all alone and he's on a whiteboard and he's solving some equation. That was the thought that I used to have. Engineers are like this. But after some time, I realized that anytime I come up with a solution to a problem, it's either in school, like messing around on a whiteboard, or in a conversation with some random uncle in my neighborhood. It's never sitting alone in my room. I've never gotten any ideas like that. And so as for support system, your support system is very important as an innovator, because though both my parents are electrical engineers, I feel like they helped me a lot more with just ideas. They may not help me solve the problem, but they'll be like, the idea for the Terminator disinfection chamber just came from some uncle in my neighborhood. He just said, UVC light people are using, and maybe you should look into it. And then I saw Tarun sir was doing it, and so then I started looking into it. And so without Tarun sir and these uncles and aunties in my neighborhood, none of this would have ever happened. And as for like actual support system, I would have to say my mom and dad. I don't give them enough credit for this. I really never bring this up, but yeah, they are very pivotal in all of this. Obviously, they supported me. They got me into it. They let me convert my room into a workshop. The house smells of WD-40 every other day. But so obviously they are very supportive that way. But I feel like a story that not too many people know about the Terminator Turbo was that I was just watching YouTube and I saw that disinfection machines are a concept, and so my mom said you should build that, and I honestly just said, this is impossible, ye kabhi hone nahi wala. And I just, for a month, I just didn't work on it. And I would show my mom, Mommy, dekho, I made this new disinfection chamber for this office, and she would be like, yeah, but can't clean a room. And so every day she kept pushing me. She just kept saying, just try. And so that's how it worked. I just literally went to a kabadi wala, put scrap steel together, and it looked like trash. I feel like a common thread with my projects is that they all look like trash. And I guess one step at a time, she kept saying, try. And it just happened that I kept trying, and piece by piece it started. I would have to say that my inspiration is my best friend's dad, Robbie Uncle. His name is Rabindranath, but we call him Robbie Uncle. He has a factory in Manesar, and their raw material comes in the form of just steel. And then this steel is taken by like 30 of these incredibly talented welders and machinists and just converted into huge machines that crush seeds. It might sound boring. He's not making rockets. He's not making supercars. He's making machines that crush seeds. But the reason I love it so much is that they're doing real engineering there. They are taking steel and they're making it into some of the best machines in the world. I think 3 companies in the world machines of that size. So, I may not want to I don't want to make something so fancy. I don't want to make something really cool. I just want to make something, and I want to know that that is the best version that I could possibly ever make. So I just want to be proud of the engineering I do. I do want to say two things. One of them is definitely more interesting than the other. But yeah, the first thing I have to say is study. A lot of people say, marks aren't a reflection of how smart you are. And yeah, I completely agree. Trust me, for like 18 years, I was fighting with people saying marks aren't a reflection of how smart you are. And they aren't. But at the end of the day, colleges, companies, everyone right now, at least right now, judges you by your marks. And so that's why I'm saying just study. Like, suck it up. You have to eventually. So you might as well start now. But the more fun thing that I have to say is to pick up a screwdriver, pick up a hammer. It costs nothing. Just go buy a hammer and then break something. Take an old TV and just open it up. Take a microwave and open it up, and then yeah, you'll break a few things. Open up an RC car, you might break it. Who cares? Eventually you'll get so good that firstly you can start opening up stuff without anyone knowing. And on the other hand, you're learning so much that you might just find a lifelong passion or hopefully a career. So yeah, that is my advice.